No, I will not give you $1 on Mars.
Fuck your shit. Please, I'm trying to get a spaceship home. Sorry. Anyway.
I just need $5, man. I just need $5.
My spaceship broke down.
I'm trying to get to Chicago.
Welcome to the Beacon House Podcast, recorded live in Knoxville, Tennessee.
And that's why I think the robots will take over, but starting with the porn industry.
Sex robots.
Sex robots.
Don't they already have sex robots?
Yeah.
Instead of STDs, would it mean that their check engine light came on?
Oh, nice. Please service engine soon.
Oh, God.
That's so much easier.
Do not insert.
Yeah, then your partner has a whole new set of needs that maybe requires a mechanic. Anyway. Anyway,
Are
guys.
there going to be robot STDs?
There will be.
What would that be like?
That'd be
Your
like metallic herpes.
Oh, God.
Ooh.
They're more noticeable on your face because it's all metal.
Well, folks, anyway, welcome to the very first Beacon House podcast of 2019. Hey, thanks a lot. And we hope everybody had a wonderful and safe New Year's Eve. Whatever you chose to do, we hope you kept your peace on you. And beyond that, we're here today we're talking about 2019. We have a very, very special guest today. Hannah, please go ahead and introduce yourself to our listeners.
Hi, I'm Hannah.
That's Hannah Isosaki. She is an artist. She is the proprietor of You've heard us rave about Postmodern Spirits and the absolute sorcery that they create there. Well, she is the sorceress that makes it, and she has joined us on the podcast today to talk about all kinds of stuff. Hannah, welcome.
Oh,
thank you so much for
thank
being here. You are great.
Only I could have got you all drunk first.
Yeah.
No thanks.
If it wasn't in the afternoon, we probably would be trashed right now from hanging out with Hannah. But anyway, how are you doing? What have you been up to?
I'm doing well. I've just been working a lot. So I manage at Postmodern. I also work at Central Depot.
Another of our favorite places.
Yes. My favorite pastime is usually just getting people really, really drinky. But hopefully on a lot better things instead of like fireball shots or, purple
What's wrong with
Hooters
fireball
shooters.
shots?
No,
It sucks.
Let's get into that. Let's talk a little bit.
Fireball.
We are friends with a lot of bartenders, and they all have a similar complaints about the general public, especially maybe which is even exacerbated by being in a college town. Maybe. What are your experiences like?
People
with this?
suck.
Yeah. I don't know what's worse though. Like the college guys or the college girls, because the girls are like, "Oh my God," and they're the worst. Woo! Yeah, they're wooers, and they like, "Can we do a round of shots?" And it's like your IQ just drops just by being around them. But the guys are just idiots, and they're like, do you have like, I'll take a beer," and I'm like, "Well, what kind of beer?" And they're like, I don't know what beer
One
it
I
is.
can crush on my forehead and drink.
Yeah. I'm like, can I go ahead and just shotgun this? I'm like, no. Please don't. I'm like, you're at a fine establishment, sir. Although my favorite thing was I was doing a tasting at Postmodern, and this group of guys came in, and you could tell they were just like, frat boys, frat daddies or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so we lay them all out in like the form of shots, but they're only a fourth of an ounce in each one, but there's 9 of them. And this guy was like, "I'm going to race you," and just shot them all. And I'm just like, I could have just put it in a glass for you. Like,
Also, I might add, Postmodern Spirits, not the kind of place where you want to race on shots.
no, you're going to hit the deck.
I mean, this is not beginner drinking, okay? But that's funny that you say that about like frat guys and stuff. A really good friend of ours that used to be the proprietor at Ambition Tattoo, Amanda Fugate, would say they got a lot of spillover business from like the college and stuff, and so it'd be people coming in for their first tattoo, and it would be like always like a sports logo or something.
Gross.
But she said you can just tell after a while, like you could see the car pulling up, like a certain type of SUV, and she would be like, "Yeah, there's boat shoes coming out of that."
There's always boat shoes. God damn it. And a polo. It's always a polo.
And shorts are just a little too short.
Or like if you ask them like, "Hey, I bet you have a pair of salmon shorts." They're like, "Oh, I don't have salmon shorts, but I have salmon pants." And you're like, anything that's salmon, and why do you have it? Ugh.
Salmon pants, boat
Salmon.
shoes, and
Salmon.
some sort of like teal or ocean foam.
It matches their
shirt.
eyes.
Yeah.
So
And they always have that
awesome.
haircut that's a little slicked back and like a pompadour.
They have nice eyes.
I've never looked.
You lie. You're looking into my eyes right now. You're an eye looker.
Yeah.
So
Look at those eyes, and I'm like, you're a
do you-
terrible person.
Okay, so what are some funny things before we get into like the seriousness of the craft? And I really do want to talk to you about that because you have concocted easily, and again, we're friends with so many people that work in the industry and we love them all, and we're not going to try to like play favorites, but you have concocted easily probably the top 5 best cocktails I've ever tasted in my life. Oh, come shut up.
I'm smitten.
Yeah, anyway, but really you have. But before we get into that, what are some of the funny things? Like, where did you bartend before?
Okay, so this is kind of my bartending background. So the first time I became a bartender, it was at Babalu when it just opened.
On Gay Street there.
Yeah, so I was originally a server, and then eventually they moved me into bartending, and it was terrible because the person who trained me just did not like me because it was me who was training, and she's like, "You're never gonna be a bartender."
Fucking jokes on her.
Yeah, and she like was trying to like break me down in front of like a whole bar versus like of people, and I'm like, "That's cool." So then after then, I ended up at a country club. So I was at Cherokee Country Club, and I bartended there. And that's where I learned how to do more cocktails and classic stuff, and learned what Jack Rudy tonic was. Which, if you don't know what it is, it's the tits.
It is the tit. It is the thing that makes gin and tonic actually come alive, and it's a small batch tonic. And like, am I correct? And I used to have it at home, but I'm not you. Like,
note to self,
you
get Spencer tonic.
You fucking mix it with like
soda water,
and you sort of create the tonic. It's like a concentrated.
Yes.
Holy crap! It's amazing.
It's really stinking good.
It's phenomenal.
I like gin and tonics with Jack Rudy's and Monkey 47. It's so good.
What's Monkey 47?
It's a gin that's more.
They have it at the library.
Yeah, they have it at Peterson Library.
Yeah, I've had it.
It's more floral and cucumber than it is.
Oh, okay, so kind of like
juniper.
Hendrix.
Yeah.
Cool. It's a botanical gin.
It's so good.
Have you had the Juniferous gin?
Like Hendrix, I need to mix. Monkey 47, I can sip by itself. Like I can.
Dude.
They can pour Monkey 47, and I could just sip it by itself without having to mix it with anything, which
I'm
people
gonna
think is weird.
change your life if you ever come into Postmodern.
Dude,
Just saying.
Postmodern has the Juniferous gin, and it is far and away the best gin I've ever tasted.
It's got citra hops. It's got a ton of lemon orange zest and all this. It's got little notes of lavender, which the little ladies love.
And
no, I'm not even joking. They're like, "Well, take that lavender gin." And I'm like, "Okay."
That sounds like the library's Holly Golightly.
Yeah, except for it turns out that person is just my mom. She's just, "I want the lavender." I'm like, "Mom, try another drink."
Mom, we've been in here for 5 hours. We have to open soon.
It's kind of true.
Shit, but
I love her.
It is incredible.
But they stay for a while.
Talk to us about like at Postmodern. It's a distillery.
Yes, so we make all of our spirits. So we have. Well, right now we have 4 different gins. One is not released yet, and it's actually the newest one's gonna be a collaboration with Pretentious, using one of their hoppy beers. And so we go ahead and take the wort from that, and we distill it. And
It's going to be like a hoppy beer gin?
Dude, it's so stinking good.
Motherfuck. Are you serious?
All reels.
I can't
on the
even
regs.
You guys are going to finish the podcast. I can't handle it. I'm out!
Oh, okay, bye.
Are you leaving?
No, I want to hear more about the gin.
It's okay. He's never going to leave. We can't get rid of him even if we want to.
I know. Don't tell people that.
Oh, okay. So we got a vodka. We have 4 different liqueurs, 3 different Amaros. We have a ton of whiskey. So we specialize in malt whiskey. So it's not like a bourbon. It's not a rye. It's 100% malted barley. We have a bunch of single barrels. We have collaborative bottles that we have done with Alliance, Crafty Bastard, Elkmont, and Hexagon. So yeah, we get real busy. And all of our mixers we make ourselves too. So if you have anything with rosemary syrup or ginger syrup, it's because I'm back there making it.
Holy shit.
I feel bad for Hunter because he can't have any alcohol.
Any of it.
I'm sorry. Maybe we should all drink on your behalf.
You can have a little alcohol.
I can have a little bit, but all of that sounds scary.
What's your definition of a little? Like a sip or
anything that won't put him into a diabetic coma?
It's okay because in the new year we have a whole entire menu that's dedicated to low calorie, low sugar.
There you go.
Well, that's the end of me.
Yep.
Sorry, buddy. You're gonna have to start drinking with us.
Nice knowing you guys.
My bad, yo.
Yeah, 1 month.
How did you guys get so much collaboration with all of the other local places?
Well, we drink a lot. So when we go out, we make friends because we're nice people.
They network, Spencer.
Yeah. Mainly it's Ron or Distiller.
I've heard of this networking you talk about.
I know. We've never used that before.
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, so I mean, there's so many cool local breweries. It's really easy to work with them. And every once in a while, if a beer goes bad or if like it doesn't turn out how they want it to, and instead of dumping it, a lot of times we can turn it into something really freaking awesome. So
That's amazing.
Wait, how do you do that?
Magic. Ancient Chinese secret.
Abracadabra.
Yeah.
You didn't think you were going to get that answer, did you?
Gosh, man.
Well,
Can't tell you everything. You'll
suck
steal my job.
I don't know. I don't go out drinking much anymore.
It's too loud for you.
It's because you've not been to Postmodern.
It's okay. It only takes one drink.
That's true.
Like, if you have her make you a drink, you'll dream about it all week. You'll be like,
It's really
I gotta
good.
get back down. You'll be thinking of things you can give up, time you can set aside. You'll think of sacrifices you can make. Like, I don't really need to do laundry this week, do I? I could just wear this. I could be there in 5 minutes.
It's worth it.
It's pretty crazy.
Maybe I just haven't reached that point where I want to drink that much.
Dude, you don't even need to drink that much.
No,
like,
no.
honestly, oh my God. I wish I could just, okay. So
The
I will
taste-
describe
the
one
taste-
drink on our menu for you.
Oh, man.
So there's this drink that I came up with, the Handsome Jack, which is from Borderlands. And so it's in a coupe, which is one of those really frou-frou glasses, but really it's a super manly glass because it turns out that glass was designed after Marie Antoinette's boob. Which is what
I didn't know.
Wait,
Yeah.
I didn't know
what?
that.
No, I'm not even freaking joking. Like,
Wait.
if you turn it sideways, it looks like a boob.
Wait, they made a glass out of that?
Yeah.
Who did this?
It's
When?
a coupe. The French people. I don't know.
The French.
The French.
Yeah, right?
Fucking French.
They're all about the boobies. Anyway, so there's this drink. So it's got whiskey. It has a little bit of chai syrup, lime juice, and simple syrup, and a bunch of different bitters in it. But it kind of tastes like the perfect cocktail if you imagine yourself sitting by a fire in a nice armchair reading a book.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Or if you just picture yourself breathing.
And it's also lit on fire.
Yeah, and it's got...
so-
And it's
Wait,
and-
what?
Yeah, I like to play with fire.
Yeah, she shoots the fire out of like the orange rind.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
The essential oils from the orange, when you pinch it by a match, will actually flame.
Bro.
So it's like a nice little light, smoky orange flavor and aroma to it.
That was my favorite thing to do. So I worked in the mornings at PKL doing the coffee shop, and I had to go get my serving license and had to be taught how to do
Gotta love the ABC.
some of the drinks, just because in the afternoons people would come in and ask for some, and so that was my favorite thing to do. Even when drinks didn't call for the orange peel, I was like, fuck it. And I would just squeeze an orange. Yeah, I would just be like, whoosh, yeah. And people were like, oh, wow, that's great. And I'd give it to them. They'd drink it. Didn't even call for it. They're like, I just really like that orange peel taste. And I'm like, I don't think I did anything differently. I was terrible at it. I'm not, like, people would come in like droves for the cocktails. And they're like, oh, we've never seen you before. And I'm like, yeah, welcome to the morning shift. And they're like, all right, we all want cocktails. And I was like, okay, well, it's going to be about 30 to 45 minutes because I make a small drink take forever. And it's like, oh, I want that one with the egg white in it. I was like, that's going to take even longer.
Well, there's some tricks with egg white cocktails, but they still take forever. There's actually something called instant foam. So it comes in a little like bitters bottle. It only takes 2 little drops of it. It's completely vegan, GMO free. It's really good stuff. It tastes exactly like egg whites. It just takes 2 little drops and it foams like in an 18th of the amount of time it takes to actually shake an egg white cocktail.
Oh, man.
Yeah, see, if only you would have known.
Well, I had a lot of great teachers, but at the end of it, I just went and did something else. I was like, I can't, no. I was like, I have nothing but envy and respect for the people who can do that, but I can't. Like, the people I had to, like, sometimes people who'd come sit at the bar were great. Other times, people who come in, they're just like,
Twat waffles.
oh, God.
What?
Twat waffles?
Especially
Waffles.
football game weekends, and it's a home game.
Those are the worst.
That's so bad.
Well, and I know a lot of people that work at bars downtown do not appreciate the what's happening when there's a football game. Like, a lot of the bars down on campus thrive on that. They expect there to be like, I don't know if they like it, but that's their bread and butter. But then, like, the overspill of the football crowd into the downtown and the old city, like, again, what's your experience been like with that?
Luckily, I just tried to avoid it because I'm like, hey, someone else take care of this person that I don't want to take care of. Ha ha.
So, for anybody listening, if you're ever at a bar and Hannah's working and she's not taking your order,
If I'm avoiding you, I'm sorry,
you're that guy.
but you might be that person. My bad.
Congratulations.
It's really not too bad, especially at Postmodern, because a lot of people who go in there, like, since we are strictly cocktails, like, they're gonna go next door to Pour and get a PBR or a Miller Lite because that's kind of what they're in the mood for.
Sure.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I can make some frou-frou cocktails that are super manly too. I got a Hammerlock one, which will knock you on your butt. just tastes like whiskey because it is whiskey.
The best reason of all.
But at Central Depot and stuff like that, where we do have beer and shots, we do get a little bit of run over from that. And it can be a little rough just because they're not the nicest people sometimes because they've already been drinking.
Yeah.
And not always the best tippers, but you do what you do. But it's doable. I'll take people from games way more than people from the frickin' Greyhound bus station.
Oh. Can we talk about that? Are we going to talk about that again?
Those delicate lovers.
I don't like them.
They're the worst.
They're the worst.
Yeah.
Casey's not a big fan of homeless people. And
No, real
old people.
actually homeless people I'm fine with, and I have no problem helping. It's the ones that come up to you and like, hey, man, can I have $1? No, you cannot. Because there's nothing wrong with you. You're just going to hop back in.
It's almost like it's good to know that you stick to your principles. Like the narrative has not changed. You still don't like those people asking you for $1.
I don't. I don't know.
Do you ever actually carry dollars on you?
No.
Oh, so.
But even if I did, I still would be like, I don't have any money on me. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, it's like that whole area, like, so there's that parking lot right behind it, which is usually where I'll end up parking for work, because since I work so close. But then, like, one night, I found 2 people trying to break into my car.
Shit.
And then I ran after. I was like, get the fuck away from my car. And they're like, ah!
They're like, Rory, she'll get you drunk.
Start throwing airplane bottles at them. Take that, and that.
It's that girl that makes the drinks. I'm getting dizzy already. Ugh.
Oh, God. If that would be a superpower, I would totally have that. Just induce drunkenness on command.
That's
with
kinda
other
what,
people. Oh, wait.
That's sort of what you do anyway, Hannah.
Well, yeah.
I think what it comes down to is I don't dislike homeless people. I dislike drug addicts.
I think you dislike people asking you for stuff. I think
Maybe.
I've gotten
that.
Would it be different if they didn't ask you for $1 and you just saw them?
Yeah, that's a good question.
No, I still wouldn't give them money.
Well,
No,
if they're not asking you for anything.
That'd be perfect.
But if they still exist.
Like if there's
That'd be
just
fine.
one standing over
Okay.
there.
I don't care
So
about
it's-
their existence.
so-
I just don't want them to bother me.
Okay, so it has nothing to do with the fact that they're drug addicts. It has everything to do with the fact that we're approaching you.
Yes.
Yeah, like
Okay, now what if one of us a super hot, supermodel who was
Get the
like,
fuck away
"Can
from
I
me.
have $1?" And
Get
you're
away
like,
from me.
No,
No,
still no.
absolutely
What if
not.
she was naked?
Don't care.
What if she complimented you?
If
a
she was
lot?
naked, I'd be like, why the shit are you out here and you're going to
Well,
get attacked?
why do you think she's asking you for $1?
I don't know.
She's trying to get enough to, put
Clothes.
some
She needs
on.
some clothes.
Yeah, she's
No.
That girl needs some clothes,
help the
Casey.
sister out, man.
No.
No, not at all.
No. Hunter, what do you think? Have we discovered anything new about Casey? Is there a new level
No,
here?
we haven't. Actually, we have. He doesn't change.
That is true. That is.
Casey never changes. If you need change, don't ask that him.
Isn't it the worst? Isn't that the absolute worst?
No, it was pretty enjoyable.
Said that him at the end.
You've
though.
never failed to just immediately have a song. Always. He has phrasing. He has a song. He always knows that he sings in key. It's just like the song's there. It just has to come in. I'm merely an interpreter.
Oh shit,
Lord.
I have opinions about these things, and I'm just going to keep them to myself right now.
No, let's hear some more
'Cause
opinions.
you're the ideal
No.
citizen.
Look, the problem is when you watch these people ask for money and ask for things, and then someone's like, I'll buy you food. And they're like, okay. They take the food, and then you see them, as the person leaves, go back in the store, turn that food in for the money. And then they
No
hop into a
place will
car and
actually
leave.
do that, though.
Yeah.
Subway.
So you can just
What?
take an old sandwich to Subway and get money for
If
it?
someone hands you a sandwich, or if you ask for money and they hand you a sandwich, I've seen people go back into like Subways.
Okay.
And then turn
Plural?
the sandwich
so
in
you've
and
seen
get
this at
mine.
different locations.
What? We need to start carrying some sandwiches around. Do you realize
So
if
I used to
return,
work
like,
at Books A Million on
Yeah.
Walker Springs and the gala. At that exit, there's a Subway that I
Yep.
used to go for lunch, and you would see constantly people be like,
you just need
I don't
to
want this," and they're
start
like,
going to
"I
better
want my,"
places.
and they'd have a receipt like, "I want my money back," and they'd be like,
I'm,
"All right."
I'm formulating a plan.
Why
I'm
would you
gonna
go to
hang-
Subway if you can just go to like Beta Saigon?
Oh, beat a Saigon. By the way, now this is tertiary, but since you brought it up,
We only have 30 minutes. And I'm not driving all the way.
I
down.
did that too.
Beta has vegetarian pho now.
Yes.
And they didn't for a long time. The only place you could get real true vegetarian pho was at the
Landing House?
before that it was the Vietnamese bistro. For all the vegetarians, which I'm not, but apparently that's a big deal. A lot of times pho doesn't have
Well,
vegetarian
no,
options.
it's in the broth. It's made with a bunch of beef bones and shit.
Beef.
Biff.
I
love that
So
biff.
what I'm going to do then is hang out outside of Subway. Based on your information, I'm going to hang out outside of Subway, and I'm just going to, like, when people look like they're, you could easily intimidate them like a kid or something. I'm like, give me your sandwich, bitch. And I'm going to get a whole bunch of sandwiches, and as many as I can get in the afternoon and go back in and return all of them. Like, I just wasn't hungry. Look at me.
I don't think.
and then I'm going to take all that money and go to Postmodern.
I think
and you'll see me that day and go like, dude,
Why didn't you save me a sandwich?
You've never had 3 drinks in a row, and I'll be like, it was a great day at Subway.
3 drinks in a row.
Here's the thing.
I know, but
I don't think
Have
you're.
you? Wait.
I don't think you're firmly grasping what I'm saying.
Was it when you had the Spanish style gin and tonic that knocked you in your butt? You didn't have 2 of those, did you?
Yeah.
I saw a kid take down 3 of them, and he could not walk. It was hilarious. He was with his mom.
You served a kid?
Yes, he was a small child. He was a wee little baby.
That's one of the great things. They just pour booze down babies.
Put it in a bottle.
Makes them
drink
quiet.
I don't think you're understanding what I'm saying. I'm not saying that people
Especially when they-
give this person a sandwich and they come back 12 hours later.
Dead things are quiet, of course. Yeah.
I don't think. Yeah, you're not grasping. It's like a matter of minutes, and they go back in. They're just like, I just got the sandwich. I don't want it.
I thought it was illegal to return food in the state of Tennessee.
They just throw it away, but they still have to give you your money back if
they
not
have a
what
receipt, you
wanted.
mean?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Oh, you could say like, yeah, there was something on it I didn't want. Give me a refund. Blah
Boom.
blah blah.
I don't understand how this is that hard for you 3 to grasp that
You
people
3?
can return food.
I've been silent.
Yeah, I know, but you're giving me that look.
First the babies, now the look. We need to put some
I've just
booze
seen-
in Casey
I've
and make
seen-
him quiet.
Yes.
I've seen too
Dead
many
things are
people
quiet.
take advantage of nice people and then hop in like a nice car and drive off. And it's like, you don't need to take advantage of nice people's charity.
My brain scrambled what you said.
Let's hear
Dad
it.
gave me a telephone.
Let's hear it.
I heard something about dead people trying to
Return sandwiches.
return sandwiches at Subway. Dead people, Casey.
Yeah, apparently they make sandwiches out of dead people at Subway too.
Apparently they make
don't want
false
that.
mouths out of dead people too. Casey
I don't
has
give
a special toy.
I don't give a shit anymore.
You really can't even say a special
guys
toy regarding that.
You guys are the fucking worst.
Is it-
with
is it
your
not?
shitty beatboxing?
Is it not?
I wouldn't say it's.
Your special mouth tool.
Oh God.
I don't know what it's for. Maybe you put it on top of a beer. I
These
don't know what
poor
that is.
people who are going to listen to this be like, what the hell are they describing?
Oh,
This
sorry,
has been
guys.
more of a shit show than normal.
Casey has a
Put that, maybe put
an
that on
artificial-
Instagram so they can see Casey's mouth device.
No.
Oh God. It's not a fleshlight.
Look,
people.
everybody's going to wonder now. You've got to explain what it is. It's a mouth exerciser.
I don't know what the hell
Try
it
to
is.
just describe
and
it,
don't
yeah.
post a picture.
Okay, so it's just lips with a hole in it.
How big? Wait, hold on. How big are the lips?
I mean, they're big. I guess I don't know.
Big
I
lips with a
think
hole in them.
Apparently,
What
like
color are the lips?
the cat tongues that you can buy, and you put the little piece in your mouth, and you can like lick
Yes.
your cat with the spiky tongue. It looks like that
wait.
without the spiky tongue.
Like if they'd molded it from Angelina Jolie's face.
You can-
Yeah.
That's kind of what it looks like.
You can buy a
I was
thing
thinking
to
more
lick
of like
your cat
an
with.
angler fish.
you haven't heard about that?
What?
Yes, it's a mouth guard with a
It's the
long
size of an
spiky
ankle.
tongue
It's
on it.
really big.
And you lick your cat?
Yes, and you put it in your mouth, and you like stroke your cat with your.
So you can be one.
What a time to be alive.
Yeah.
Never mind. I was
Yeah,
gonna say
actually,
Are you going to
I
start
think
licking
this-
your cat, Spencer?
Now, what Casey has here for the listeners,
It's a mold of Marie Antoinette's
boob
mouth.
boob mouth.
Booby mouth.
Fucking, it looks like you picture like a cartoon fish with like big lips. It looks like you cut the lips off a big cartoon fish.
Wasn't there one of the? Okay, wait. There was a cartoon fish that was based off of Angelina Jolie, right? And then Will Smith was in the movie, but
This
I
is
can't
easily
remember it.
its lips, but you're supposed to put it in your mouth and
Is that
exercise with
Shark Tale or
it.
something?
I think so. I don't know.
Right.
The
I
more we
fucking forgot
describe
about
this,
that
the
movie.
weirder it gets.
I know. I was going to tell my mom I was on a podcast. Maybe I should. Sorry, Mom.
My mom's already heard the episode about Godzilla porn. It's fine. You'll be
Godzilla
okay.
Do you
That is-
realize we talk like this all the time?
I do too.
I met your mom at your wedding, and she was there, and I was like, "Hi, I'm Spencer." She goes, "Oh, I know. I'm Hunter's
Oh,
mom."
damn.
And I listened to the podcast, and I was like, "I just feel like we're just
We started on the wrong foot. Can we start over?
Let's don't ruin their special day talking about it." Yeah, I was like, I say a lot of things on there. You know, I don't know. I mostly try to be good. So
Yeah, I saw Hunter's mom at the wedding. I've met her before, and I didn't apologize for shit.
Nor
I
should
just
you.
went. Hunter's mom, you're the best.
Hunter's mom.
what if
was
what if she would have asked you for $1?
I knew you were going to go for it. I was waiting for it. I was like, if he doesn't, I'm going to.
She would be the one and only person. I'd be like, here's $1. I love
But
it.
it would only be the one if she asked again.
Yeah,
Fuck
no,
that.
fuck that.
No, he'd be like, "Fuck you, go return that sandwich."
Go return that sandwich.
If Hunter's mom's listening, we love you.
You know what's funny is you guys make fun of me, but I feel like in the situation where someone comes up and is like, "Hey man, can I have $1?"
Oh, no, totally.
I've been with this motherfucker, Spencer, and he's been like, "I ain't got shit for you."
Dude, no, one of the last times I saw you,
Yeah.
we were coming. We were in the old city, and a guy came up to. I think it was I with Alea?
Yeah.
Alea and I were walking to see Hannah, and a guy came up with this way too elaborate story.
Yep.
And he was like, "So listen, man, like my baby's mom and dad, like they ran us in the road. My car's right there. It's got my family in it. It's up here, blah blah." And I was just like, "Get to it, get to it."
to
and
the
he
car.
went this big thing, and I was like, "I'm sorry for that." He goes, "Yeah, man, I'm waiting on the police." I was like, "Well, there's some police right over there. Do you mean to get the police?" Is that
You're like, "I can definitely get the
He's
police
like, "No,
for you."
man, no, man. I know the police are over there, but like," and I was like, and finally, it was raining.
Yeah.
And I was just like, "Look, dude, are you asking me for money or what? Just like get to it. We're wet. We're getting wet." And he goes, "Yeah, man. If you could just," I was like, "I don't have any cash.
Like,
I'm sorry. Like, you're wasting. No, I'm sorry, man. You know,
You
like,
could have gone over to the empty car and told him he has a nice looking family.
I will
and
say
walked
this.
away.
I will say this about some of those people. I fucking ran into a guy like on Gay Street maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago, and the fucking guy. I was coming out of like fucking Sutries or something, and the guy stopped me and he was like, "Yeah, man, look, blah blah blah." Like and he was asking for
Sounds
money.
like the same guy.
It's a different guy. He goes, I said, "I don't have any money," and the guy goes, "Look, there's an ATM right over there," and I was
Fuck
like,
no.
I was like, "Whoa."
that's Ford as hell.
That's a lot. And I was like, you can get the fuck away from me. Like,
Yeah.
that's a lot. You know, like if I was like, "Sorry, man, I can't help you." What are you going to say that's going to make me go, "Oh shit, you're right. Here, in fact, here, let's just give you my bank account
Yeah,
number."
here, follow me to the ATM, and that sounds like a
Dude.
load of shit.
I'll buy you an Uber and get you a trip to the public library where you have internet access and you can
Don't do
apply
that.
places.
Don't do that. That's why no one goes to the library anymore.
I love the library.
I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
I like the library. Why does somebody go to the library?
The downtown one?
Lawson
Knowledge
McGee?
is power.
No, we're going to send him west. Side
Libraries
now.
are so adorable.
Libraries
I
are
love
fantastic.
them.
The downtown library, when the doors open, or it's just like,
What it's like people go in, like bad people go in there?
oh, it's just.
What do you mean
a
bad?
Oh my
bunch
God, that
of-
sounds wonderful. Bad people.
Yeah.
Let's go to the library. Get learned.
If
Define,
only bad people were that intelligent.
Yeah.
define bad people, Spencer.
I feel like bad
Yeah.
people are like trying to get their pants up enough so they can go into Wendy's and take a shit on the salad bar. I don't feel like they're hanging out at like a
What's up?
library.
Don't go to Wendy's.
Oh, sorry, Wendy.
Is that how
You
you, get
shit
E.
in your
coli and
sink.
romaine lettuce?
That's one way.
It's just really, really.
This is
angry people.
awful.
What a time to be!
This is
What a time to be alive. Let's just keep rolling.
Podcasts are fun.
They are. So anyway, we're probably going to edit all this
I'm
out.
glad we've talked about art and
Let's move
Drink
forward to
making.
some couple things. So we talked about all the stuff that happens at Postmodern. Listen, everybody listening, just go there and check out the menu. See Hannah. She talked about the drink she invented. How many drinks have you invented there? One, the Handsome
Two.
Jack.
We made a lot. I don't know. I don't even try to label them as like mine or someone else's for
Sure.
the most part, unless it was like strictly.
But didn't you win a contest with Handsome Jack?
I didn't win a contest with it, but it was the first drink I ever put on a menu, and it was the second best top seller out of the whole thing.
It's
so
damn good.
It's not going anywhere.
So
Made me
talk
very
to us
happy.
a little bit about how things are over at Central Depot. You work over there with our friend Will.
Yep.
We love Will. He listens. We're gonna hopefully edit. We're working on something over there right now. Stay tuned.
spoilers.
Spoiler.
What are those?
Yeah. So talk to us about some of the things that go on over at Central Depot. We've talked about how cool it is and how comfortable it is and like how friendly everybody is. But like from behind the bar, you guys do a lot of stuff with like Geezer's Brewery. We've seen them come in.
We
And
freaking love geezers. Geezers are okay. Well, not geezers. I mean, don't
They
get me
love
wrong. I
geezers
like
over
like
there.
old people too, but oh god,
I actually know those guys.
Here we
I actually
go.
know those guys really well.
they're really freaking nice. Oh,
Have you had their pudding stout?
I literally drank that yesterday.
It's so good.
It's the cat's pajamas. I tried doing that once. Don't put cats in pajamas.
Those are the ones that I got the business card for. Wanted to do
Yep.
like an interview with them.
yeah, we
You
need to do it.
should. You really should. They're really freaking cool.
Yeah.
And one of their guys makes absolutely really cool sound equipment. Like he makes old school like boom boxes, but like he'll put them out of like luggage things and paint them really cool. Like he did a Volkswagen one.
Damn.
Okay, yeah, they're really
I didn't
cool
know
and
about this.
artistic too. I want to say his name's Jason.
Yep.
Jason. Yeah. Yeah.
You
Jason.
know this guy?
I know Jason, Tom, and Bob.
Yeah.
When are we getting him on the podcast?
You really should. They're really, really sweet people. They know their stuff. They're
have to go to
really engaged
location.
in the community and stuff like that too. Yeah. So
Okay.
super cool. So it's really neat.
We
being able
talked
to
about that a
work
lot
with them.
when they first kind of popped up. Casey said he knew somebody over there. And we talked about
They're
like
friends with my dad. I used to go out to eat with them all the time. Like they'd
They're
do
such
big
good
meetup.
people.
Oh yeah, they're great.
Amazing.
They're all fantastic.
You want to know what
Amazing.
Jason's favorite drink is?
What?
Yeah, I mean, he might be embarrassed by this, but
Hit
I'll
it.
tell you anyway.
Mimosa.
No, it's
I love mimosas.
It's coconut rum with orange juice and pineapple.
That sounds,
That sounds
amazing.
fantastic.
Tastes like
Why
a
would you be
freaking
embarrassed?
vacation. It's just a chick drink.
There's no such
Those
thing.
are the best.
There is such a thing.
There's no such
We
thing.
have a drink at Postmodern called the Bobby Hill.
You're about to yuck somebody's yum.
Are you shitting me?
No, literally.
Don't touch my purse.
That was what we were going to call it, but we were afraid that it was just too long of a title.
No, that's perfect.
I don't know you.
Does it kick you in the nuts when you drink it?
Well, okay, so that's kind of the funny part. So we wanted to make a riff off of like a really bitch drink. So like, the bitchy drink I could think of is a vodka cranberry. So instead it's a vodka and pomegranate, but it has something called wildfire bitters, which are habanero ghost pepper bitters. So it's real sweet on the front end, but then it kicks you in the back. So it's
Just
a
like
Bobby Hill.
Just like Bobby.
Yeah, Bobby.
I don't know you. That's my purse.
Yeah.
Why have I never ordered this?
Because you're too busy drinking all the other things I make for you.
That's true. That's
Toxic
true. Next
masculinity,
time, could you slip
probably.
a Bobby Hill in there somewhere just so I can get my basic level?
Just whisper, Bobby. And I'll just hand
Bobby?
it to you.
Good Lord.
Damn it, Bobby.
Damn it. Propane selling this year.
Propane
I don't do the Hank Hill impression. Anyway.
Okay.
Man,
so-
dang, man.
All right, and people can find you at Central Depot on Tuesdays?
On Tuesdays. And then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I am at Postmodern and I manage there.
Do you ever have a day off? Do you ever not
She's
work?
thinking hard about that one.
Yeah, maybe. Sometimes.
Yeah.
Like once a year. I have a 3-day weekend this week. It's like the first time I've had that since like college.
Good Lord.
People are safe for once in
I
the old
get,
city.
I get upset if I don't get 2 days off a week.
I'm a hardcore worker though. Like if they call me and I'm like, heck yeah, I'll be there. Just let me shower first, because otherwise you don't want to see what I look like without that. But yeah.
You heard it here, folks.
Heard here first.
Yeah, if you catch me wearing a hat, it's questionable.
Guys,
Well, now talk to us a little bit about your art, because
yeah.
you're an artist, other than just a cocktail artist, other than just a mixologist.
Yeah.
I didn't understand what those were at first, and then seriously, after hanging out with you, I totally fucking know what a mixologist is.
It's like a bar witch. We just make lots of stuff.
Yeah, it's like you have a consultant to like how to drink. But tell us about your art, and I've seen it. I've seen it up. We went to we saw it at Crafty Bastard. It was displayed there.
Yep.
Phenomenal.
Oh, thank you.
Breathtaking. And then also you recently had it displayed at Merchants of Beer. Was that
It was at Merchants of Beer. I've had it at Central Depot. I've had it at Postmodern. I had my art displayed in a planetary arts and science convention. That was kind of cool.
Whoa.
I know. I was like, note to self. That's a thing. Also, it would have been hilarious if right after that convention it was like a flat earthers convention or something. Because I would be like, I want to go. This is hilarious.
Yeah.
So I do a lot of different types of art. So right now I have a bunch of spray paint art up.
Nice.
And I do a lot of planets and mountains and stuff like that, scenery kind of things. It's not like graffiti.
Without just giving all your secrets away, like I've seen it,
Yeah.
and I've seen the planetary stuff that you do.
Yeah.
And then it says like you'll post it online, and it'll say like this is a spray. How do you get spray paint to do that?
It's all done in layers. So you start with a base layer, which is usually a bunch of different colors, your brighter things. Then you'll put a darker layer usually on top of it. And to get a very interesting texture, you'll either layer some newspaper and pull it off really fast to kind of get a more like planetary, I don't know how I would even describe
Vibe.
it. Yeah. You do stuff like that, and then you can put a shape where, like, usually what I'll end up doing is using like a old record that I don't care for particularly, and I'll set it on top of an area so that whatever I spray over it doesn't get touched and it preserves it. So yeah, I'll do that.
Fucking A.
Yeah, I also do some wood burnings, oil paintings, something called pepakura, which is like a Japanese. So it's a program that takes things from video games and it prints it out in a way that you can cut it and put it together.
Whoa.
So I was working on a 7-foot sculpture of Samus from Metroid
Wait,
Prime
in
made out of
3D?
paper. Yes.
Oh, holy shit.
What?
I will
Give
find
pictures,
it.
please.
I have
Please
What?
pictures.
Yeah. It's not finished, and quite frankly, I hate it so
7-foot
much.
sculpture.
Yeah, all out of paper, so like you can lift it up with like one finger because it's so light. And, like,
Every artist hates everything they do.
that's
We'll see it.
that's
We'll see
that's
it.
fair. But it's fun.
Jesus. So where can people see your art?
On the interwebs.
Give them your handle.
Oh, it's Cosmic Saki.
awesome.
Is there an underscore? Do you have like an underscore?
No, it's just Cosmic and Saki.
Boom. SAKI.
Yeah, like my last name.
Right. And
Or
that's
like
on
the drinky, but that's E at the end. So, okay, maybe not like the drinky.
Get It Together.
I can't. I'm barely
Cosmic
holding
Saki.
on. Yeah.
Cosmic Saki.
Yep.
On the Instagrams, the whatever other ones that I have. I'm at the point
Do you
where
still
I just
use
don't even
Tumblr?
know. No, I got rid of that the moment they released the thing that they're going to stop doing porn. I was like, fuck that shit. Delete.
Gonna be
What good
what are
is
you
it?
gonna be? Just a fancy Twitter?
I know.
Get out
I
of
was
here.
like, whatever. Stupid.
Are you going to be showing any art anywhere around town? Coming up anywhere?
I'm not sure yet. Usually they contact me like, 2 days before. They're like, we need an artist. I'm like, okay, well, I'll bring my stuff over. And I
Sweet.
just do it.
Damn. Okay. I'm going through the thing, looking at your art now.
It's spectacular. Her stuff is spectacular, man.
God.
It's crazy. All the listeners, go check it out. Go check out
Yeah.
Hannah's artwork. Cosmic Saki, go online.
I
Do
also
it.
make custom stuff too.
Yeah. So hire her to do some things. Stalk her.
Do it
You
Don't
now.
stalk me.
You damn
Do
savage.
it
Please
now.
don't.
Do it right now.
Heard it here, stalker.
Ah.
Guys, it's the new year. So I want to talk about New Year's resolutions.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Survive till the next year.
So here's the thing: is I usually don't like New Year's resolutions. I think they're cheap. I'm like, nah, I'm not
Right.
a big fan of them. Although now I started thinking about it, I'm like, if someone's gonna do something to better themselves, whatever reason they need, I shouldn't shit on that.
No.
So
Or
see,
you
I have
can.
changed.
Well, I think one thing you've got to observe, if you're to be sort of forensic about it, I think one of the things, if you're going to observe New Year's resolutions and all that, and whether or not they mean anything, and whether or not people actually stick to them, is that there's some kind of a tradition that causes people to do that, and for some reason they want to make all these things. And what do you think is that? Is that just because that's when people reflect at the end of the year, that you look back on the entire year and they go, oh, this
think-
could have been better, that could have been better, or,
I think people just see it as a new chapter. It's like, new year, new chapter. If I want to better myself, now is a good time to start.
Sure.
It's a good jumping off point.
like do some goal setting.
Yeah.
Maybe I
like,
shouldn't say jumping off point. New
No,
year,
yeah.
new you, jump off. I'm sorry.
No,
I'm
perfect. No, it's
a really
perfect.
horrible person. Oh, God.
Hunter, what do you think?
Sorry, Hannah's mom. That's
And, my dad's laughing somewhere. He's like, yeah.
all that matters.
This one's for you, Dad.
Oh God. Yeah. I think since man constructed the idea that the difference between the 31st and the first of the new year actually is a change and no different than it's a new day. And people do that anyways throughout the year. That it's a brand new day, and that's a whole saying and everything else. We're obsessed with time because we're finite creatures. So I think that's all it
Speak
is.
for yourself.
I knew you were going to say
You're
that.
not infinite.
I'm infinitely predictable.
In his own reality,
Yeah, a
he's
little bit.
infinite.
Everyone
But in
is.
the best ways.
Yeah, but no, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think you should. I think the idea of it being at the new year is kind of arbitrary, but I agree with you too. Like, don't shit on it. Like you
Yeah.
feel prompted to do something to better yourself. So do that.
I mean, it's like, what does it hurt? Who's it hurting? I guess except the only thing
Bar
that
industry.
well,
I guess because people, New Year's resolutions mean like, I'm
Yeah,
going to
but-
quit drinking so much. And bars are like, no.
Isn't that just a slow season, and then they get depressed when they fall off and
And then they come back to the
come
bars.
back to the bars?
Yeah, at
Yeah.
least Postmodern also has like workout things now. So
Wait,
like
what?
You can do
yeah.
yoga.
Yeah, there's yoga on Sunday mornings
in the
and-
distillery.
In the distillery, and it's like $12 for an hour of legit yoga, and it includes a cocktail afterwards.
Dude,
Yeah, so they're going to be doing a lot more of that for the new year, which is really cool too.
I'm not personally into like yoga classes or anything, but
Dude, this is not like yoga. It's not like, all right, now we're going to stretch. Okay, so the guy who runs it, his name is Gary. Dude, he freaking kicked my ass. It was like, all right, now we're doing planks, and now we're doing squats, and now we're doing squats while doing like, other things.
While
and it's
doing
just
planks.
like,
Yeah.
if that was possible, I bet he would do it. It just gets to the point where like we make eye contact.
this one's called the lawnmower.
Yeah.
So it's not for
crazy.
new yoga people, is that what you're saying?
It's not even that. It's more of like a conditioning class than
Yeah.
yoga. It's like slight yoga at the end where it's like, all right, now that I've kicked your ass, let's stretch it out. Like,
Isn't yoga
No wonder
just
they
right?
give you a drink afterwards.
yeah, like you need it.
You're
And
about
here's
to
the-
not come
I've
back
always
next
wanted
week.
to try yoga because to me it looks like extreme stretching, and I love to stretch. Mm-hmm. Like nothing
Sure.
to me is
Can you
better
do
than
splits?
waking up and then like stretching like that.
Tell you what,
It's
man.
Such a good
I'll tell you
feeling.
what. There's different levels of yoga, and like I'm not like a yoga connoisseur, but like
It sounds like you are though.
no, I've had a lot of like car accidents and surgeries and all kinds of shit, and like I typically don't stretch enough and blah blah blah. Anyway, a friend of mine that works on my air conditioner came over, and he I was like, hang on, let me grab something. And I was like real stiff, and he goes, "Do you stretch?" And I was like, well, I mean, I don't know. Like maybe a stretch as much as like, he goes, no, you need to do, and he taught me like 5 yoga things that were like these like the star thing
A
and
downward dog.
no, not that, but like just like kind of like
Triangle
hamstring stretches
pose.
and stuff like that you do these for a long time, like calf stretches and like working on like your Achilles and whatever. But like, it was insane how much better I felt after I did them. Instantly feel better. And like, I started doing them like every morning. And that's just like bitch basic yoga. That's not even the real thing. But there is 100% wellness
it
benefit.
works. It definitely works.
Yeah.
I hate saying that, but I don't ever work out, so I need to every once in a while.
People that, man, well, in yoga, a lot of times I feel like focuses on your core strength.
Yes.
Which is easily the most important thing, you know, like, especially for like longevity and stuff. Like, especially as you get older, doctors will tell you, like, they're like, keep your hamstrings stretched out and work on your core, and you'll feel like you're in high school for a long time, apparently. Like,
Nothing's better than a good back pop either. That's
Oh yeah.
you get somebody to give you that bear hug and pick you up, and you just unhinge like a accordion.
I've had to do a bunch of those because I'm big, but like, the crazy part about that is when the back pops, you feel all the right against your chest, and you're like, I hope I didn't kill him.
Yeah, it's like, is it a good pop or is it a bad one? You're like, I can't breathe.
Did their eyes roll back in their head? You know,
I think another thing I'm going
are
to do.
we on the way to the hospital right now?
Yeah, hopefully.
Dead babies make sound.
So I want to start doing yoga.
Oh,
Did you just?
Just go with it. Keep going.
Just let it happen. Let it
So
happen.
I want to
Dead
start doing.
babies
I
make
want to.
sound.
In 2019, we just let it happen.
I want to start doing yoga.
Go to Postmodern. That's your
Yeah.
fucking yoga. Go to that.
And then
yoga
I'll
class.
get you drunk.
I
yeah.
feel like that's not a beginner's
If it's
yoga.
rough
It's
on you,
fine. Just do it.
if it's rough
Okay.
on you, she'll be there, and you won't
Yeah.
even remember what it was like.
Exactly.
You'll just be like, I had a great time and ran around the old city with no
Yeah.
clothes on.
And you're like, and I don't know why I'm drunk.
Yeah.
Is that a roof? Am I
is
on
the-
a roof?
Yoga's great.
I'm gonna jump off. So it's
They'll be
yoga.
like, what move did you do? You'll be like, I don't know.
I also want to go start. I want to go see a chiropractor more. I've
Oh, you
heard
should
that,
do that.
Yeah.
going to see a chiropractor and let them just like unhinge you is
I think
fantastic.
it's bullshit.
I think you're already unhinged.
No,
I don't buy. I think it's fucking
Quack doctors?
snake oil. Yeah.
dude, I think it's snake oil if they keep bringing you back. But if you go for like the one adjustment, I don't
once
see
every
how that
3
would.
months.
I
See,
don't think it
even
does
that I
anything.
wouldn't do. But
I
like,
feel like you're most better off just getting massages, though.
Yep.
'Cause that works
100%.
with
you're
the
way
muscles.
better off doing.
You're
massages,
way better
yeah.
off, doing so. If you're going to do something holistic, that's not a real doctor that can't prescribe medicine, that hates insurance companies. That a lot of chiropractors will give you this big speech about how insurance companies are bad because they can't take insurance and they want you to pay and then want you to put on a plan and like it. I don't know, man. I've seen a couple of them when I was having car accident related health issues and like they're like, oh yeah, well clearly we can help you with it, and it never did anything except get me on a weird payment plan and this weird visitation thing, and kind of like. I don't know. I'm going to recommend if you've got actual structural health problems, go see an orthopedist. Don't fucking go see a chiropractor. But I do know people that have chiropractors they go to that supposedly use technology, like the little gun.
Is it a real
That
gun?
thing scares me.
No.
Dude.
I
that
just
how they
want.
finish
I
the
just
job?
want someone that knows joints, bones, and things like that.
That's
So whenever
called
they pick up my arm and go, "All right, hold on a second," and it pops, I don't go, "What was that?" They go, "Don't worry, I got it."
That's an orthopedist.
Okay, I don't want to go see.
Just so you know.
I will say there's one chiropractor on YouTube that I used to enjoy watching because he's funny as hell.
Right.
But he does this thing that terrifies me where he puts his patients on a table and like secures their body in whatever way.
Right.
Puts a towel around their neck and then wraps it over once pretzel style and then
Pops their head.
pops their head like up off of their spine.
Yeah.
Or whatever. It's real quick. And they always get up and walk away because they don't show the ones where they die.
Dude, do you know? But do
show
you
the
know?
ones where they
Fucking,
die.
do you know that shit like a lot of times causes inflammation?
I'm sure it
And
does.
like real surgeons will tell you that a lot of the stuff they do, the popping and stuff, you were never designed to move that way. And so some of it's kind of, I mean, the initial, like if you pop your knuckles, it feels good initially, but it actually can create arthritis.
Oh, that's been proven wrong.
Has it really?
Yeah.
Never
And,
mind.
well, it's
It's
also
just air trapped in your joints.
Yeah.
but it's also been proven that it can aggravate it depending on how you pop it. Not that
Yes.
it like causes it, but
Sure.
like what Casey just did and what I do all the time, not great for you, but won't
now I
guarantee
just
bad
want to
arthritis.
pop everything. Ugh.
But if you like,
Yeah.
I can't remember if you like pull directly out following the way that it secures into the joint or whatever.
Sure.
you dislocate things or
That's the thing that apparently is healthier.
also we're not
because you're
doctors
None of us are doctors. So you know what?
or scientists.
Do
or
your research.
psychologists.
Do your research
on
about that.
Wikipedia.
This
Strictly
week on
use
Beacon House.
Wikipedia.
Next week on Beacon House. Actual doctors.
So I'm actually going to
bones.
start a new trend with every guest that we have on on episodes of the podcast for the year, at least for this year. And I got to ask you something. Would you go to Mars? I'm getting a group of people together. We're
What
gonna go to
about this
Mars.
is new?
Okay,
we
well-
started talking about this on episode number 2.
Yeah,
There's
but
other
now I want to
questions
ask
that go
every
into
guest.
No,
that.
but he's
Okay.
building
So-
his clan.
Okay, Okay, are there actual civilizations there? Is it just like
this is under the
me and-
current
Yeah.
you could buy
We're
the
going
ticket.
to be the first people on Mars.
There'll
to
be
set
no
up
civilization, no air, no. You're going to die on Mars alone.
As
The
you know
question
what
should be:
Mars
do
is.
you want me to come with you on Mars?
Yeah,
Because
are
you
you
don't know
asking
if
her
I'm
out-
a psycho.
Oh, now
killer,
hold on.
You know, I
That's
don't know.
that's an interesting avenue you're going down, but don't
Hunter's
deflect.
going with
you need
me.
to answer.
Hunter's going with
You
me.
need to answer.
Oh frick.
Mars, as it is now, guaranteed one-way trip.
Okay, what's Earth like?
Like
It's
now.
now. You're
Like it
going
is
Man,
tomorrow.
is Trump still here? Fuck.
Yeah.
Yep.
Send me to Mars.
That didn't take long.
No.
Boom.
Okay. Well,
I got a
I'd
Trump
rather
card.
die on an alien planet than live in.
since you asked me a question, I got one for you.
Okay.
Oh.
So,
20
if you
questions
had
for
to
Casey.
choose,
No, I will not give you $1 on Mars.
fuck your shit. Please, I'm trying to get a spaceship home. Sorry. Anyway,
I got five. I just need $5, man. I just need $5.
My spaceship broke down.
I'm trying to get to
fuel.
I'm trying to get to Chicago.
That was
Mars.
fucking funny. That was really funny.
Okay, so if you all had to choose one United States state to get rid of,
Oh God, why?
which one would you choose and why?
North Dakota.
Why?
Because you only need one Dakota.
Actually, that's pretty solid.
I don't
Just
think
take the line out.
I
get rid
can't
of
come
it.
up with a better idea than that. Oh, and you managed to get rid of it without actually getting rid of anybody. You just took the line out.
Yeah. Now it's just Dakota.
I have a better answer than
I'd
that.
get rid of Maine.
Why?
Fuck you. Maine's great.
No,
Make
You get-
Maine great again.
If you
Sorry. I'm so sorry.
if you get rid of Maine, less people suffer in Maine, and there's more room for lobster.
What?
Have you ever been to Maine?
Have you ever seen a
'Cause
lobster?
It's beautiful up
Lobsters
there.
are
Like
kinda
Bar
creepy.
I know.
Bar
You know they
Harbor,
get big.
Maine.
What about you, Hannah?
It
What
was a
state
deep
would
cut.
you get rid of?
I'd get rid of New Jersey.
New Jersey? No,
No,
way.
no.
Why?
Okay, so this is why.
I just went there. It was
Oh,
rad.
fuck New Jersey.
It's got the one college I want to go
all right,
to. Please
Go on, go on.
There's one specific reason why I'd get rid of it, and that's because when I was younger,
Springsteen?
No, my favorite thing to watch was
Springsteen.
Futurama. And when Bender needs to go to Robot Hell, it's in New Jersey.
It's pretty
And I'm
good.
like, note to self, hell is in New Jersey. And I've just always hated New Jersey.
I get it.
Chris
Yeah.
Christie can't be in power forever.
Yeah, Jersey Shores.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Ugh. They
me
need
ask
less
you-
shores. Get rid of it.
Let me ask you guys a question.
Wait, did you answer?
I don't. I can't think of a better answer.
said
than
North
Casey's.
Dakota.
No,
Well, you
I don't.
can't say because he said so.
I don't just. Hey, oh, I know. I'll tell you what.
What?
I'll tell you exactly what fucking
Okay.
state I would get rid of.
Florida.
No, fucking no, Virginia.
Fuck Florida.
Fuck Virginia.
Virginia.
Why?
Here's why: because it's so goddamn big, and
Yeah, it's
nobody
the
knows.
worst stretch
Let me
of
tell
any
you
trip
something.
you take.
Let me tell you something. We were driving to New York one time. We exited Tennessee near the top, and then we were going through Virginia, up through like Delaware, New Jersey, blah blah blah, to get to New York City.
Mountain Mamas.
And we entered.
Take the whole.
We entered fucking Virginia, and 8 hours later, we were still in Virginia. And I was like, "What is this anomaly of a fucking state? Did I just not show up that day in
you never
geography
been
class?"
to like Southern Illinois?
I feel like you can go from one tip of Tennessee to the other in 6 hours. What the fuck is New
No,
Jersey?
you can't.
What?
It's a 10-hour trip from
You
here to
absolutely-
Memphis.
That is
cannot.
not
It's
true.
8.
You have been misinformed. Sir.
It's 9.
There's
I
no-
drove to Oklahoma.
Google that shit.
halfway to Memphis is Nashville. That's 3 hours, and then the other 3 hours is Memphis. That's 6 hours.
No.
Siri, how long does it take to get from here to Memphis?
If you're in the upper corner of Tennessee, it's maybe 8 hours. That's if you go from like Johnson City at the Bristol line. But Tennessee's not even that. Also, did you know
Johnson City.
if you're in the upper regions of Tennessee, you're actually closer to Canada than you are Memphis.
Space Force?
Easier to escape.
From here to Memphis is 7.5 hours.
I was close.
From
That's with
Knoxville
current-
to Memphis?
That's with
Yes.
current
There's no way
traffic
I-
conditions.
Yeah, I've done it in 6. There's no way.
Well, I mean, you speed. That's not our problem.
I don't speed. The
Were
guy
you
was
using your
riding
spaceship?
with. The guy was riding with speeds. I don't speed.
Spencer doesn't speed. I've
I
ridden
don't
in the
speed.
vehicle with
I've-
Spencer.
I've never broken the law.
Turns out you were just on speed.
I was on speed actually. We were going to a wedding anyway. It's
My
All right,
wedding was
Spencer
not
has
Memphis.
a question.
Oh,
Yeah,
question
sorry,
is,
that's right.
okay. Recent events. Have you guys seen Bird Box?
Oh, God.
Yes.
Not
You
yet.
saw it? Now, more importantly,
All I've heard is that people who see whatever the thing is kill themselves.
okay, and that's easily the least important thing.
Yeah.
Like the hysteria that has surrounded this show in the course of like 2
Movie.
days. It is insane, and not a lot. What is your take on that? Without giving spoilers away,
I'm going to
Yeah,
give
'cause
all the
I haven't
spoilers.
seen it
Ha,
yet.
ha, ha.
what the fuck?
It's fine, I guess.
It's one of the most unremarkable movies I've ever seen.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, it didn't blow me away.
I've
Maybe it's
never
because you were
seen-
watching it without a blindfold on.
Listen, I wish I would have had a blindfold on.
yeah.
Look. I've never seen anything so unremarkable get talked about so much. Did you see what happened to
Donald
Sandra
Trump?
Bullock?
She blindsided everyone. Bullshit.
Listen, there's so many memes about it.
Thank you.
So many fucking memes about it right
That was
now.
very good.
Sandra Bullock apparently earlier today went on Twitter and she posted a picture that people had been sending her, and it was her in that boat, and she had the blindfold on, and they had superimposed like a baseball bat and a piñata, like she was at a children's birthday party swinging at the. I have a fucking picture of it here to show you guys. She tweeted, "Hey, stop sending me this shit," and they suspended her Twitter account.
What? Why?
Today.
You
Yeah.
can't
Probably
suspend your
said
Twitter
she
for
said
that.
shit.
She was mad, dude. Apparently, it's become such a
Do you
weird.
remember what we talked about, Casey? First it was Alex Jones, and it was fine. Now it's Sandra Bullock.
It's beautiful. It's such a beautiful
I
thing.
mean, she would stop sending
the
me
thing
this
is,
shit, and
I've
they canceled her.
I think there's only one that would be better, and it would be if she would had a lightsaber and it had that little like sphere that shoots out little things
Yeah.
at you.
I think it'd be great if it had lightsaber and then a bunch of little children Jedi.
Yeah. Anyway, we can talk after you guys.
heart.
After you
Order
guys see it.
66.
Someone's a Sith.
Dude.
Journey of 1,000 Miles starts with one youngling.
Darth Maul is my favorite.
We'll come back and talk
Ventress.
about it after you guys see it, or maybe I don't know if you should see it or not.
We
But
should. I'm gonna see it.
I'm gonna watch it.
I'll tell you what. Up until they got like in that house, I was like, "Whoa, right on!" Fucking it had Sarah Paulson, and I'm kind of a fan of her. And like,
But then she does. Oh, never
Real
mind.
early.
Yeah.
Real early.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, spoiler
Okay,
alert.
hold on. Here's
Yeah,
the
you know.
thing. I'm assuming going into it that everyone dies and that you don't see whatever
no,
it is. and
no.
fine,
In fact, there's a big thing about who's gonna die later in it. And just, you know what? Just watch it. But
That's true,
anyway,
there is.
it was just such a not like. But everybody talked about it in the memes that came out and the blindfold shots and stuff. It was pretty funny. And
I will say I've never been so frustrated with children.
yeah, me neither. And also,
Really? The Babadook? Are you kidding me?
Never saw it.
Oh,
Fuck
okay.
that kid. Oh my
dude.
god.
also
What a dick.
related to fucking evil, disgusting pranks that Netflix played on us this weekend.
I would never fucking
Did you
evil,
guys see
disgusting prank.
Have you seen Bandersnatch?
I heard that's good, though.
The Choose Your Own Adventure show?
I don't want to do
What?
that.
You
Choose
pick-
Your Own Adventure. It's Black Mirror episode.
Black
No
Mirror.
freaking way.
and it's Choose Your Own Adventure.
Why did they name it Bandersnatch?
Because it's its own like movie.
Well,
It's based on a
No.
book called Bandersnatch, which is like a which way choose your own adventure type book. It's set in the 80s.
well, that's weird because Bandersnatch was a name of a like monster that was in Alice in Wonderland.
It's probably
Maybe that's what it's named
Yeah,
after.
it was the Bandersnatch. There's a whole like poem.
It's
about
interesting. It takes like 2 hours and there's a whole bunch of different endings depending on what you pick.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to be on the right kind of device, like a laptop or a tablet or a phone or something. I tried to watch it with like an Apple TV in my living room, and it
Aren't
told
you
me
fancy?
to go. It told me to go fuck myself.
Was
like,
it because you had an Apple TV?
Probably.
Yeah.
It was because the one time that I tried to actually be responsible and make like a healthy dinner and sit, and, didn't happen. So I just ate at the computer like a slob. But
And then you went to Postmodern.
the problem is, my problem with Bandersnatch was that, and a lot of people love it, and you can go watch a video that'll tell you how to get all the endings and what they all mean, and
From my understanding, it takes, if you want to do all the endings, all the whole thing, it takes
fucking
like
6
5
hours.
hours.
Yeah. Well, the problem
From
with
here to
me,
Memphis.
I tried to watch it late at night. Yeah.
Oh
if you
my
ever have to drive
God.
to Memphis, play Bandersnatch.
Better have a Tesla.
Bro, I tried to play it when I was tired, and I kept falling asleep, and I would wake up and be like, oh, what the fuck is going on? I don't know what I picked. Like it was really like rough. So anyway, my recommendation,
Small one.
see Bandersnatch, and if you do, don't be sleepy when you watch it, because it repeats a lot of the scenes.
Okay, so I love Black Mirror to death, and
Yeah.
thank God you guys got us turned on to it. I don't want the interactivity. Like, it's one thing to be killing camp counselors with
Right.
Casey and Jason online
Yeah.
in a video game.
Sure.
For context.
But you don't want to have to do that.
But I don't want to. No, that's cool. I don't know what the disconnect is, but I keep going, and maybe it's because it's real people and not graphics. That could be it. But Black Mirror is hard to watch, but I love it. I don't want to be making the choices that make it
Well,
hard
it's
to
kind
watch.
of weird
like
because
that.
it kind of throws them at you. Like you'll be watching it, and it's shot really well, so you'll be watching it, and then all of a sudden
I
it'll.
heard one's like choose your own, like choose the cereal that he
I think that's maybe the first one. And
So Lucky Charms. I choose Lucky Charms.
There's like a puff and like a Rice Krispies or something. Anyway,
Is it like Life Puffs?
But like it gives you ownership
Kicks.
over the tragedy that you're about
it's
to
like
watch.
life, all right.
It makes the viewing experience active, which is cool.
And
but
it will-
I don't want to
and
actively
there's like
be
a
involved
timer.
with Black
So when
Mirror
it presents you
episodes.
with your two choices, the
Why?
timer starts going. It gets shorter and shorter. So you have to pick something relatively quick.
it just makes you
and then that
uncomfortable?
affects
Yeah.
It's because it's so dark.
Well, also-
I love the shit out of it. I mean, our music video stuff we're going to do is super
Right.
dark and all that, but like, I think that there's something to be said for having, the glass pane that separates you. I'm not totally against it. I'll probably do it, but just like that's my hesitance is, do I want to feel like I'm doing this to the people that
Here's
I'm
my
watching?
whole thing. My whole thing
There's
about,
a connection that happens there.
Called psychology.
well, my whole thing about Bandersnatch is it's easily going to be the beginning of something. And things are going to now start happening, and I'm wondering if we're going in a good direction, or if it's just
You're going to go to the movies, and your movie's going to have choose your own adventure, and it's going to be like people vote on what happens next, and you have to like
fuck that.
The majority of the people win, and that's what happens in the movie.
I will gladly
like
never
that
watch
too,
a new
though.
movie again if they do. Start
I just
doing
think
that.
it's weird because you're choosing a real, like in video games, there's choose your own adventure. It's a character.
Yeah.
In this TV show, it's like you're kind of choosing an adventure for a real person, and
Let's
it
do it.
seems odd.
What's
but
weird-
I
That's
want to
my
do
thing.
it. I want to do it so bad.
What's weird about Bandersnatch too is they talk about it in the show. They're like, somebody's controlling me. And there's even one of the story arcs where you can go, hey, I'm watching you on Netflix. And they go, what's Netflix? Because it's in the 80s.
That's awesome.
Go see what you think.
See, I fucking love that
Have you
stuff.
ever
It's
heard
so weird,
It's
though.
so
like,
weird.
But it's really
this
dark,
Milgram
too.
Studies?
What?
Have you ever heard of the Milgram Studies?
Milgram studies.
Yeah, so this is like old school, just stereotypical psychology. So, in the Milgram studies, so it was one guy or like one person. They were in this room. They had a small. They couldn't see anything, but there was supposed to be another person in the room over, and you were supposed to be delivering small amounts of electric shock when they answered a question incorrectly. So there was one person in the room with you who's supposed to be your superior. And so you have a whole bunch of things in front of you, and there are all these little levers that are supposed to deliver different amounts of shock. And there's one that says fatal, do not press, danger. My hat falls off. But
She was adjusting her headphones for everybody.
no, I got such a little head. Oh, thank you. So the whole thing was to see like if under like being watched by someone who's superior than them, would they actually deliver the fatal shock, even though they hear the other person like reacting to these. And people had nervous breakdowns and were freaking out, and so many of them actually delivered it.
Yeah,
And
I
it's
have
like,
heard
suck.
about those. So, well, it's been an interesting conversation today, folks.
This has been fun.
Autonomy is worth fighting for. Don't be a sheep.
What are you doing over there? What are you doing?
I'm putting our PBS.
You had to stage a little
shout out
protest
there.
at the end of the episode there.
Fuck that noise.
All right, Hannah,
Be your own person.
Yeah.
thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us.
you're
Please,
welcome.
please come back anytime.
I mean, if you'll let
After
me.
we all do Bandersnatch and we all see Bird Box.
Yes.
Yeah.
You'll come back on.
Well, and hopefully, again, coming up, hopefully we're going to be some live events that we do, and hopefully you'll be involved in those.
yeah.
Co-host
Hint,
does. That'd be
hint, wink,
cool.
wink.
Yeah, and
Judge.
yeah, 100%. And
Spoilers.
Then, yeah, totally. And even if we don't, man, you guys go see Hannah at Central Depot. Go see Hannah at Postmodern.
Go see her art everywhere.
Fucking
Yes.
really do it. So, Cosmic Saki online.
Yes. On
guys
Oh, so worth it.
Instagram.
Yeah. Follow.
That's right.
I feel like
And
we just
again-
need to repeat everything.
Guys, thanks for following us into 2019. We're going to try not to let you guys down this year. We're going to try to do as much user-generated content as possible. And please, let us know if you want us to talk about something, if you want us to see something, if you want us to discuss something, if you want to see us come somewhere, anything. Give us questions. The whole.
Phrasing.
Did I?
All right, Beacon House, roll out.
Wait. What if they want to see us come somewhere?
Beacon House, roll out.
What if they want to
hit the space
What
bar?
if they want to see us come somewhere?
Hit the space
Oh,
bar.